Welcome back, boys. If you've been watching Portugal for the last couple of games in this break, you probably know that Portugal has been playing the best football they ever played in the last couple of years. That's because Jorge Martinez was brought in, and now they are in an 8 game win streak, and Ronaldo is a massive piece of that streak. I think they can be maybe the fourth, third best team in Europe, and can be very good contenders for the next year's Euro. There is a big question around that competition next year. That is Ronaldo. Because I can't not imagine how will Ronaldo be next year. Is still going to be the amazing player that he is right now? Is still going to be the same impact that he has with Portugal now and the last couple of years? Or will it be a bench warmer? Or maybe is Gonçalo Ramos going to take his spot from him? And that's what I'm going to discuss with you today. So let's talk about it. Ronaldo this season has been a very amazing player. If you didn't know, he has 40 goals this calendar season. No, wait, this calendar year. And that's the player with the most goals scored this year, even above Haaland. I think he has 2 more. Ronaldo has 40 and Haaland 38. So it's really a great achievement for him to be doing this at such a high age. He's 38. So for someone as old as him in this industry to be doing that, it's a great achievement. And even if he's playing against weaker opponents in Saudi Arabia, it shouldn't be underestimated. Yes, he's playing against weaker teams than what he would in Europe, but it's still a very good sign that he is still able to play football at a very high level because Saudi Arabia now has some couple really good players and just shows that Ronaldo can still impact a very good team in a very good way. However, as I said, those opponents aren't as good as he maybe will face in Europe. So we don't really know how would he match up against better teams at the Euros. He hasn't played against a team of like a caliber of France or England in such a long time that you don't know how well will he play against them. You know what I mean? So it might be harder for him to play his game and score his goals at the Euros because even to weaker opponents at that competition, it's probably going to be Albania and Slovenia, which are arguably better than like half of Saudi Arabian teams. So it's really kind of question standing around Ronaldo as a whole. If what he's been doing in Saudi Arabia is going to translate to European football, is it going to be harder for him to play his game and score his goals and match up against stronger teams? Or will maybe be a player that against weaker teams will be better as an option? And that's when more difficult teams come up against Portugal. Maybe tactics need to change. Gonçalo Ramos needs to come in instead of him. I don't know what's going to be the whole strategy over him. I kind of want to see some kind of friendly against some very good team with Portugal because even the teams that Portugal have been playing against lately aren't really good. Their group, our group, the qualifiers have been pretty easy as a whole. So we really haven't seen much of Ronaldo playing against these hard teams, especially with Martinez as a coach. He played against Luxembourg, Liechtenstein, and some other teams, but it really doesn't indicate much from Ronaldo. However, internationally, Ronaldo has been holding up very well. Since Martinez was brought in as a Portugal head coach, he has played 7 games and he has scored 9 goals. It's a great sign that Ronaldo is playing well within the team. But that could also happen because of the coaches. If Fernando Santos was just fired, I don't know how much time ago was he fired, but Fernando Santos always played the same 4-3 with the same players, same 11 players, and Ronaldo didn't really have that much room to work with. There wasn't like a B plan. So if you were to match up against weaker teams or teams who are maybe defending way better, like Morocco, there isn't not a tactic going to be created to match up better against that team, but instead Nan Santos just swap Ronaldo with Ramos in hope of that work out, but he didn't. Against Morocco, they defended very low, didn't give as much space, and Ronaldo isn't really able to beat players one-on-one on a speed as efficiently as he maybe did like 5-6 years ago. So maybe it's kind of logical to not play him when he's playing against the teams who are not going to give him as much space, especially in the box. So maybe bringing Gonçalo Ramos is another striker who's going to bring another dynamic. But again, there's not like a B plan or a backup plan Fernando Santos just wants to play the same formation every time because that's what his team is familiar with. And Martinez is kind of changing that. They have various ways of playing against different teams. They have two formations where it's kind of a 4-1-3-2 with Ronaldo and Ramos as striker duo. And they also have a 3-4-3 as Ronaldo as the main striker. So even if one formation might not match up as well against a different team, Ronaldo is still able to play in a different system that is still comfortable with playing with, and Ronaldo can still play and can still impact this game and can still show to the world that he's still good. So Grant Martinez has really made this whole process of making Ronaldo being better at playing against different teams just a whole lot easier, and been doing a better job at that than Fernando Santos ever did with Portugal. There is a big important piece to Ronaldo's game or personality that I haven't mentioned, and it's pretty much of football. Ronaldo is always going to be the most experienced and the best leader player in that group. Off the pitch or on the pitch, he's going to be a very valuable player wherever he goes. He has a very good winning mentality, and if you have one of those players in the pitch, especially against with a young team, because Portugal is kind of a young team. Majority of players are young, and they have some experienced players like Fernandes and Bernardo Silva. But aside from those, it's really kind of a young team. So to have a player who is going to work hard to get the win, who's going to have very good winning mentality, who's going to have a very good experience and a very good leadership for the team, is always going to be maybe the best choice to even put him on the pitch, even if he's not going to deliver the best output as maybe another option in the bench. But then I think it's gonna be down to two things actually, to how well will Sal Ramos kind of develop in this time left to the Euros. Will he become an untouchable player in the 11? Will he become a very good striker? Or maybe not. Maybe he can flop at PSG. Or is he Ronaldo going to show that his longevity is within him still? He can still play at the very highest level, even if age 39, he's going to be a very good player. And if his physicals can hang around for a little bit more, I think he can go to the Euros, play a very solid role for Portugal, take Portugal to maybe semi-finals or a finals, because I think they have the quality to do that, and I think it's going to change a lot of people's mind on Ronaldo. I think that is also going to kind of influence Ronaldo's hunger coming into this competition, and it's just going to show also, and it's going to show us all that Ronaldo can still be a very good player. That was it. I think I'm very interested to see what will Ronaldo do in the remaining of this year, next year, and then coming to the summer to see what he's going to do at Germany. And that's something I'm going to be very eager to watch. So hope you will too. So don't forget to like and subscribe.